Welcome back to our channel, your ultimate source for everything royal. Today, we bring you a revelation that has sent waves through royal circles and left everyone talking. A moment from Princess Charlotte that stunned not just her family, but the entire country. A seemingly quiet, private moment, an innocent comment from a young girl, that cut through the polished facade of royal duty, striking Prince William in a way nothing else could. You see, royal life isn't all tiaras, fairy tales, and royal engagements. Behind the opulent palace walls and public ceremonies, it's about real family struggles, pressure, and often, distance. The kind of distance that can sometimes even stretch between a father and his children. But what happens when a 9-year-old princess cuts through the royal noise and speaks an uncomfortable truth? Today, we take you behind the scenes of one of the most remarkable moments in recent royal history, a moment that changed how we see Princess Charlotte, and how it reshaped the relationship within the Wales family. Keep watching as we unravel the bombshell message that Princess Charlotte delivered to her father, Prince William, and how it shifted the dynamics of their royal life forever. Christmas at Sandringham has long been a fixture in royal tradition, a time for long dinners, Christmas carols, family togetherness, and of course, the ever-present cameras capturing the family as they attend church services. But behind the glittering curtains and festive gatherings, this particular Christmas was about to change the way the world viewed the future king and his family. For Prince William, this holiday was supposed to be a time of respite, a rare opportunity to step away from the pressing duties of royal life. With his schedule constantly packed with public appearances, meetings, and the growing weight of his future role as the King of England, this Christmas was supposed to be a quiet, intimate break with his family. But what was meant to be a serene moment soon turned into an unforgettable turning point. Reports suggest that on this particular Christmas, while everyone was gathered in the cozy, familiar drawing room of Sandringham, a quiet, unexpected moment unfolded, one that would leave Prince William shaken to his core. The family was enjoying the warmth of the season, chatting, laughing, and bonding as they had for years. But then, in the midst of it all, something shifted. Princess Charlotte, with her trademark wit and mischievous charm, stopped, looked her father in the eyes, and said something that no one could have anticipated. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't even a tantrum. Princess Charlotte simply stood before her father, looked him straight in the eyes, and spoke words that stopped the room in its tracks. "I know you're busy, and I know being a prince means you have a lot of responsibilities," she said quietly. "But sometimes, it feels like you're so busy being a prince, you forget to be my dad." And just like that, in a calm, matter-of-fact voice, the young princess delivered a message that shook the royal family. The room fell into absolute silence. It was as if time itself had stopped. No one moved. No one knew what to say. It wasn't angry, it wasn't accusatory, Charlotte wasn't demanding anything. She wasn't trying to hurt her father. She was just speaking the truth, the kind of truth that only a child, free from the constraints of royal decorum, can articulate. She missed her dad, and she needed him to know that. Kate, who had been sitting nearby, turned towards Charlotte with wide eyes. Her face was a mix of surprise and something deeper. It was pride. Pride in her daughter's ability to speak up and express herself with such clarity and honesty. It was a moment that would change how both parents viewed their roles, not just as future monarchs, but as parents who needed to be present for their children. For Prince William, the shock was visible. His composed royal demeanor, the one he's perfected over years of public appearances, melted away. In that brief moment, he was no longer the future king, he was just a father, hearing something from his daughter that he hadn't realized she needed to say. His eyes dropped slightly, his mouth tightened, and there was a clear shift in his posture. He wasn't the man everyone knew in public, polished and composed. He was just a father hearing a heart-wrenching truth from his child. There was no dramatic apology, no grand gestures of reconciliation. But in the quiet aftermath, something changed in him. The facade of duty and responsibility that constantly clouded his mind seemed to lift, even if just for a moment. He started paying more attention, not just to Charlotte, but to all three of his children. The hugs grew longer, the laughter became more genuine, and he started to see Kate with a new softness in his eyes. Charlotte's words had cut through the pressure of his royal duties and reminded him of something he had been too distracted to notice: his role as a father and the need to be present for his family. What made this moment even more remarkable was that it wasn't the first time Charlotte had shown her wit or sharpness. Everyone had already noticed her cheeky charm and quick humor at public events. She had always been the one to make faces at the cameras or nudge her brother George playfully during parades. But this time was different. This was not just about being witty or charming. This was about bravery, about noticing something that most people would hesitate to bring up, and having the courage to speak it aloud, even in the presence of her father, the future king. Her bravery didn't just change Prince William's approach to fatherhood, it also changed how the family interacted in the days that followed. Charlotte's quiet, but impactful message forced her father to reevaluate his approach to family life. He began to spend more time with them, engage in their world, and truly be present. The shift was subtle, but it was significant. In the weeks that followed, it became clear that something had shifted within the Wales family. Prince William, despite his heavy responsibilities, began carving out more time for his family. He wasn't as distracted by his royal duties. Instead, he embraced the quiet moments, playing with his children, listening more, and being a dad. Charlotte had successfully pulled him out of the haze of duty and back into the heart of family life. For Kate, this was a proud moment. As a mother who has always protected her children's emotional well-being, seeing Charlotte express herself so boldly and maturely was a moment of deep satisfaction. It showed Kate that her daughter was not only emotionally aware, but also brave enough to speak her truth. Charlotte's ability to articulate her feelings in such a pure, candid way was something Kate couldn't help but admire. Until that moment, Charlotte was primarily seen as the playful royal, full of charm and cheekiness, the one who made faces and jokes for the cameras. But this moment showed a different side of her, a depth that most hadn't expected. Charlotte wasn't just a child obeying royal protocols, she was thinking, feeling, and observing everything around her. She understood, perhaps more than anyone expected, the weight of her family's responsibilities, and in her own way, she was making sure she was heard. This incident changed how we saw her. It wasn't about her being a typical royal child. It was about her being a child with her own thoughts, her own feelings, and the courage to speak them aloud. It was a pivotal moment in Charlotte's young life, and perhaps, the first real glimpse into the kind of person she might one day become. As we continue to watch Charlotte grow, it's clear that she is evolving into someone with her own voice, someone who isn't afraid to challenge the norms and expectations placed upon her as a royal. Her ability to stand out, to make her voice heard even in the most unexpected of moments, sets her apart from other royal children. Charlotte has become a symbol of a new generation of royals, one that is confident, bold, and not afraid to speak the truth. Whether she's making a cheeky comment, taking charge of a situation, or telling her father what she needs, she's proving that she's not just another royal following tradition. She's a force in her own right, and as she continues to grow, the world will be watching closely. Do you believe Charlotte's honesty changed how Prince William approached his role as a father? What do you think of her growing confidence and maturity? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining us for this incredible story about Princess Charlotte. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more royal news, insights, and updates. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you the most exclusive stories from the royal family.